Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark,
And I'm Rob.
and today we're going to talk about whether or not Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese is the real racial hype. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so and hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next video. So, Rob, a lot of people were saying that Caitlin Clark is the great white hype and that she was overrated, of course, and that most of the reason that she's popular is because she's white. Even Asia Wilson said it was a huge reason. Now, I think her play has shown that's not true. I think she's lived up to her expectations. She's not an MVP yet or anything like that, but it looks like she's going to be someday. And she turns out to be even a better passer than people thought before. Angel Reese has also played better than people thought. She was only the 7th pick in the draft, and yet she's the second best rookie in the league. Herein lies the problem, Rob. People are saying she's tied with Caitlin Clark as the best rookie, and it's simply not true.
No.
And before I get into this, I shouldn't have to preface this, but I will, Rob. Now, if a heavyweight boxer came up and he was white, he would get overhyped and he'd get overrated. No question about it. And there's all sorts of racial things that have taken place in our society against blacks. And then if a white basketball player comes in, naturally, if he's a great player, he's going to be more publicity than he deserves and probably a little overrated because he's white. Because we're in a white society with 60% white and only 14% black now. I acknowledge that. And I think a small part of Caitlin Clark's popularity is because she's white. And maybe even some of the fans who really love her might overrate her slightly because they're white and she's white and they like the fact that she's white. Okay, that's a small part of it. In general, it's completely not true. She is the real deal. Here's what's happening with Caitlin Clark. She is clearly the best rookie, and she is 10 times more popular than anyone in the league, including Angel Reese.
Right.
And every time they talk about the growth of the league, they have to put both names in there as if it's a requirement. The 12 highest viewerships on TV so far all involve Caitlin Clark. The only 2 that involve Angel Reese is when she played Caitlin Clark.
Mm-hmm.
So all the other ones, and there was like 1 or 2 other ones, and they were all lead-ins from Caitlin Clark. Okay, right. So it's all Caitlin Clark in terms of TV viewership. In attendance, Caitlin Clark, both away and home, is way up, way more than anybody else. In fact, she increased her attendance by 13,000 when Angel Reese increased it by 1,500 per game. So it's not even in the same ballpark. So why are we saying it's 1 and 1B and 1A when it's really 1 and 2?
Right. But Mark, this reminds me of like when black quarterbacks are coming into the NFL, and they were like, "Oh, here's a black quarterback," and so they put a lot of emphasis on that. And even though NFL has mostly black players, still there was never that spot where the quarterback had to be black because they had to be intelligent. There's no way a black quarterback could be that intelligent, remember the plays, and run the offense. So this is what it kind of reminds me of. I'm like, but then once you had Doug Williams win a Super Bowl, and then you had other black quarterbacks. Now it's like black quarterback.
There's a lot of great black quarterbacks, and they've shown they have the intelligence to handle it. Rob, it's right. So silly, and we all know that. The best quarterback in the league happens to be biracial, though. Right. Patrick Mahomes.
But I mean, yeah. But still, it's just that the fact that I could see the same thing with Caitlin. It was like, oh well, she's white and she's this and that, but what's really sad part, like we've mentioned before, is okay, you got her in the league, but to just outright hate her and kind of just push it aside and say, no, we're not going to make it so that she's the really a good ball player or wants to just play the game. You want to make it hard for her. Oh, we'll make it hard for her. Okay, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll say this. So
right, and they're all afraid to say it's Caitlin Clark. Even when they got the charter flights, they wouldn't credit Caitlin Clark's popularity with that, even though she's the one that increased the revenue by 95% of the increased revenue was because of her. They didn't want to give her credit. They even said, oh, yeah, her and Angel Reese. No, it was her.
But Mark, In another video, you pointed out they said the past 2 years the revenue had increased.
Right. A little bit increase. Yeah, we've been working on this for 27 years. Yeah. And you couldn't get it done without Caitlin Clark. So just admit it. That's what happened.
In fact, you fined the Liberty last year $1 million for them chartering a flight for the players. You find the team who's trying to help their players make it easier to the games. What kind of sense does that make?
Here's the problem: is there was a white player that came in that's really popular and a great player, and they're afraid to just say that because why? Because a white player can't suddenly be the best player, the most popular player in the league. Why not?
You can't have that, Mark. You can't have that.
I mean, the media started this with Lindsay Schnell of USA Today, who wrote this article that's important for a black person to be face of the league. And she sounded like always. And she said this. My problem is that anytime they talk about the growth of the league, they all put no matter who it is, a player, a coach, someone who works for the WNBA, any media on YouTube, ESPN, they all say the same thing. Oh, the explosion of the WNBA because of Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. No, stop it. It's because of Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, they always put Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, which is false.
If Caitlin Clark was black and Angel Reese was white, would they be saying that?
No. Right. And you keep hearing in there because she's white.
ESPN keeps underrating Caitlin Clark's popularity and her abilities, and they're predominantly a black station right now in terms of analysis on the WNBA, at least, not the whole station. Although they don't have a lot of white announcers there anymore either in other areas, but it's more mixed then. It's more mixed up. If ESPN was a white station, like it was originally started, and they were overrating the white athlete and underrating the black athlete, there's no way they would get away with that.
No.
There's no way, Rob.
No, they'd be storming the gates.
All sorts of racial accusations against the channel. So why is there no racial accusations against the channel? Because that's exactly what they're doing with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese right now. Yeah, that's the problem I have. It's like a black white. It's like a black hype of the. It's a hype of the black player.
Where's the Where's the outrage there? But you can't have that, Mark. You can't have that outrage for that, because then if you do that, especially if you're white, then you are a racist. Why are you saying this about her or about this? You're just promoting this white player. Why are you downing Angel Reese? She should be there with her. What is wrong with you?
I just find it interesting and ironic that supposedly Caitlin Clark is the one who's being hyped too much because of her race, when in actuality, it turns out it's Angel Reese. It didn't start out that way, but that's the way it looks right now to me, where they always have to put the two together in terms of popularity of the league and the growth of the league, in terms of ability, in terms of being added to the Olympic team. Anything, they have to put the two together. I'll suggest to you that Caitlin Clark will be the best rookie coming out of this class and will be an MVP someday. And Angel Reese, I don't think will be. I think she'll be first team All-Pro. I'm not even convinced she's going to be the second best rookie once the careers are over with. Camila Cardozo, Cameron Brink, Rickea Jackson, they all have chances of being better than Angel Reese. So we'll see what happens. But I don't think anyone will be better than Caitlin Clark.
I mean, Angel Reese is one-dimensional. Rebounding and what about passing? She can't dribble. So I mean, overall game, she's one-dimensional. She's a great rebounder, yes. Great shooter, no. Great passer, no.
Can't dribble. She can quadruple dribble. We found that out and not get called for it. And she's an average defender who can't block shots for a big person.
And Caitlin Clark has more block shots than she does.
Way more.
She's a guard.
22-10. Okay, so she's got limitations in her game that people aren't willing to accept. Now, she may improve in those areas, but it's not the same. Caitlin Clark makes her teammates so much better. She's so much more dynamic team player that it's not close in terms of who's more important to their team, despite what Cheryl Swoops thinks.
Right.
So anyways, I just find it interesting that people think Caitlin Clark is being hyped because of her race too much, when it looks like it's Angel Reese being hyped up because of her race. And I don't think they'd get away with this if the races were switched.
No, they would not.
People would say it's racist.
Yes.
And I'm not saying necessarily it's racist, but it certainly is tribalism.
Yeah, it sure is.
And anyways, that's just my viewpoint. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think the facts bear me out on this one. So anyways, okay, let us know what you think about this video. Hit that notification bell when you do, and you haven't subscribed to our channel. Please do so, and hit that notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next videos. And we're going to go live for Caitlin Clark's game on Friday night against the Mercury. It's at 7:30 on ION, so join us for that. And our normal live show is every Monday from 6 to 8 Eastern, except for major holidays. We talk about whatever you want. Caitlin Clark and football are the two main topics right now. If you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats and super thanks down below. And also you can, PayPal link is there for you also. All right, we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.